off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who are the true rulers of Yasharallah, also known as Israel, or who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, in this video lesson, I want to go ahead and get into a video I seen recently. It was a news article from Vice News, and they had this piece here. Basically, the actor is the biggest punching bag in Chinese film history, right? Now, one particular movie that I want to focus on is the movie that this Edomite actor, I don't know, he could be a Jake, but I think he's in this movie that MOAB right now is like a big blockbuster over there, and the main narrative of that movie is that it's China overcoming America and destroying America, and this guy here basically plays the bad guy in their movie. Now, when I seen this movie, I thought of this script, Joel 3 and 9, but I want to read the scripture real quick. This is Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So, and some of those weak were the Moabites, right? They were. It was a third world country, and then they made a deal with Nixon. And basically, they agreed to him and the New World Order's plans on becoming. This is Mao, basically one of the top leaders of MOAB. They basically agreed to be the manufacturers for Babylon, right? That they would provide all the goods. This is why Made in China is everywhere now. Now, check out this video.
Walked me through everything, and we had some fun together, and then I went home.
In just over a month, the movie had already made $800 million. Outside of China, though, that success raised some eyebrows. Reviewers called the movie propaganda. Wolf Warrior 2 shows China as a liberating force in Africa. There's a lot of flag waving, and in the final scene, the Chinese hero beats up the white American guy.
Do you remember your last line in the film? You're about to stab him, and you say, people like you.
Right.
People like you will always be inferior to people like me.
You know that's not what it says in Chinese, right?
No.
So what it says in the subtitles is, in this world, there are the weak and the strong, and your race will always be the weak.
Right.
The Chinese audience is seeing this white American dude telling a Chinese person, you are the weak race,
right.
We are the strong race.
Right.
And then Wu Jing comes up and kills the dude and says, that's history.
And then people cheer, I'm sure. Talk about registering with the zeitgeist in China. I mean, this guy, like, I was laughing at a lot of things he was doing. I said, this movie's ridiculous. Some of this is ridiculous.
You're thinking like an American.
I'm thinking, this will never translate, it'll never work, it's just made $900 million.
It is interesting. We don't think of Rambo as a propaganda movie.
It's exactly what it is. It's like the great Americans always there to save the world from disaster. Those are propaganda movies. They're fun, they're good, I mean, you know, but that's propaganda.
And now you are that evil dude.
Alright, so let me stop that. So as you can see here, the Moabites in their own propaganda video, they're actually coming out telling themselves that they're strong and they're not weak anymore. So when I seen this video, I knew it was spiritual as hell. And I knew that China, you know, at one time they were one of the weakest nations, right? They were a third world country. Till today, they have one of the highest concentration of people in the world. The Chinese themselves, they actually go back to the story of Lot and his daughters, and this could be found in Genesis basically it was a town that had reached such heights that they was just doing abominable things there. But I want to focus on Lot and his daughters once they had come out of the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Lot 19 and 30. Lot and his 2 daughters left Zoar and settled in the mountains, for he hath afraid to stay in Zoar. He and his 2 daughters lived in a cave. One day the older daughter said to the younger, Our father is old, and there is no man around here to give us children. As in the custom all over the earth, let's get our father to drink wine and then sleep with him and preserve our family line through our father. That night they got their father to drink wine, and the older daughter went in and slept with him. He was not aware of it when she lay down and when she got up. The next day the daughter said to the younger, Last night I slept with my father. Let's get him drunk wine again tonight, and you go in and sleep with him, so we can preserve our family line through our father. So they got their father to drink wine that night also, and the younger daughter went in and slept with him. Again, he was not aware of it when she lay down and when she got up. And so both Lot's daughters became pregnant by their father. The older daughter had a son, and she named him Moab. And Moab are, again, the modern-day Chinese. He is the father of the Moabites and the Chinese who came after of today. And the younger daughter also had a son, and she named him Ben Ami. He is the father of the Ammonites today. The Ammonites are the so-called Japanese. But in this, but that's where the Moabites come from, and this just shows you that Moab, being a weak nation, they're now standing up, and they're getting stronger. They're making that partnership with Magog, Russia, and they're coming together saying they aren't the weak nations anymore, and that Babylon needs to watch out. And this is why in the South China Seas they're showing their dominance over Edom, and that's why you're seeing China making their claim to this section here marked out in the red line. They're saying that they now owned all this land, because this is why they're building up all these little islands. You can see here in this image graph, where they basically are taking over this section here, right? And you see this other section here from these other countries. But they're definitely building up, and they're basically making themselves strong. So, because they believe they're going to be the next rulers of the world, because they know Edom's going down. But this is what the Lord has to say with Moab and the other Asian nations, going along with Edom and helping them in this kingdom and becoming his glory, right? So let me go ahead and read. And this is 2 Ezra 15 and 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker in the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee, thou wretched, because thou hast made thyself like her unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please the glory of thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her. Thou is hated in all her works and innuations. Therefore saith God, I will send plagues upon thee, wormwood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses, and with destruction and death. And the glory of the power shall be dried up as flour. When the heat shall arise, that is sent over thee, and thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chasteth with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. So ultimately, it doesn't matter where you're, how much you're building up. When the Lord comes back, as it tells us in Revelations, you're going down, and this is the judgment that ultimately you get out of the Bible. So, but that's some crazy things that I thought, with this video, this is the weak standing up, saying they're going to be strong. So, thought I'd share this with you, Akim. Peace and mercy to the elect, and rest of Yasharallah. Shalom.